In this video, we will see how to solve the error setup was unable to create a new system partition or locate an existing system partition. See the setup log file for more information. Hi friends, this is Neil from HowISolve.com. Thanks for clicking this video. This error message, setup was unable to create a new system partition, happens quite often when you install Windows system using a USB drive. This error is basically hardware dependent and depends on your motherboard, USB interface, USB stick that you are using for installing the OS and the version of Windows. But broadly, the main result of this error is Windows cannot identify the disk on which it should install the system partition. So I will show you 4 methods to solve this error. So let's begin with method 1. To make it easy for Windows to identify the disk, remove all the additional storage devices that you have used like SD card, internal external hard disk, USB drives, all of them. Just only keep those devices that are required for installing the OS, that is your USB pen drive and your drive in which you are installing Windows. After doing that, Windows should be able to identify your disk properly for installation of the system partition. If this method doesn't work, now let's start with method 2. In this step, you will remove the USB pen drive when you receive that error message. So on this screen, now remove your USB pen drive and then click the cross icon. It will ask you to confirm whether you want to close the Windows installation. Click on yes and then start the installation from beginning by clicking on install now. At this stage, you might receive an error indicating that the medium is not present. Just ignore that error and click OK. Click I accept agreement. Click next and then select the custom installation. And now reinsert the USB pen drive and then click on next. At this stage, you shouldn't receive the error message any longer and the Windows installation should continue normally. If still this doesn't work, then it means that the USB drive is not compatible to install Windows. Let's head to method 3. So we'll have to use a USB drive which is generic in nature and is a USB 2.0 device. So use any non-branded USB pen drive, not Kingston, not SanDisk, but any cheap generic USB 2.0 device and reinstall the Windows setup on it and then try again using that. If this method also didn't work, then we are left with just one option. So let's head to method 4. Installing Windows directly from the hard disk. It's not that difficult. I'll show you step by step how it is done. So follow me. Click this close icon. Again click on yes. Click on repair your computer. Will search for a Windows installation which it won't find. So after that, just select use recovery tools and click next. In this, select command prompt. Now we will create the partition for Windows installation. So type in diskpart, hit enter. Now type list disk. In this, all the disks that are currently connected to your system will be listed. As you can see in my system, there are two disks, disk 0 and disk 1. So I will select the disk in which I want to copy the Windows installation files. So type in select disk 0. Be very careful at this stage because on next we are going to format that disk. So if you accidentally select the wrong disk, your data might get deleted. So make sure that you select the disk in which you want to install Windows. Now we will format the entire disk. For that we will type clean, CLEAN. Just to confirm, when you enter this command, all the data on the disk could be deleted. Be very careful while using this command. Having said that, press enter. Now we can create the installation partition. So for that, type create partition primary size 5 GB should be good enough for copying the Windows setup files. So I will allocate 5000 MB. I will type 5000 and then press enter. Now we'll select the partition. For that, type select partition 1. We'll make the partition active so that we can boot on it. Hit enter. Now we'll format it. Type format fs. We'll use ntfs file system for that. The ntfs. Make sure you type quick so that it won't take that much time. Okay. Now we'll assign this newly created partition a drive letter. So type assign for that. We list down all the drives that are currently loaded on your system. This will be useful for our later process. So for that, type list volume. As you can see, I have got 3 drives currently loaded, that is D, C and E. My D drive is the Windows installation disk and the C drive is the newly created installation partition. So what we will doing next is we'll be copying the system files from the CD-ROM to our installation partition. In your case, you might be booting from USB, so in that the label would be USB drive. We'll type exit and then we will go to the installation drive. In my case it is D, so I'll type D colon and then type the command xcopy D and type the drive in which you have created the installation partition. In my case it is C, so I'll type C /E /H /K. Hit enter. This will copy all the required system files for our installation. It will take around 15 minutes depending on your speed of installation medium. So I will come back after this process is completed. Okay, now copying process has finished. Now we can reboot the system and remove the installation disk. Now it should boot from a hard disk directly. Type in exit and then click on restart. Remember to remove Windows installation disk before you restart your system. Okay, as you can see, my system got rebooted and it's now booting from my hard disk. So we'll complete this basic installation steps and then there is a last step after Windows is installed we have to complete. So I'll pause the video right now and then we'll come back when the setup is complete. Okay friends, now we have installed Windows. Click on start, type in CMD, right click on it, select run as administrator, click yes, type the command bcd edit, hit enter. You will see an output which will have an entry called Windows setup as description, this entry. So in this, note the identifier value. In my case it is default. Type in bcd edit /delete and the identifier which is mentioned for the Windows setup entry. In my case it is default, so I'll type in default curly braces and default and hit enter. And that's it friends. After this you should be able to run your Windows installation successfully. I hope this video helped you. If so, please hit the like button. Also, you can join our community which is striving to make technology work for you. Hit the subscribe button to join this growing community. With that, allow me friends, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.